Hello, I'm Dr. Subhagata Chattopadhyay, and I'm very sure that you are watching my videos. Now, today I have come to you with an interesting story, a story of a senior citizen lady. She is above 70 years and having comorbid conditions like hypertension and retinal detachment, eye problem. Now that lady stays alone. She is a widow, and she is managing herself. So I be in touch with her every day. Daily we talk, and I ask her that how she is managing everything alone. Very interesting, isn't it? During this Corona pandemic time, when most of the people are getting restless, being stuck at home, that when can I go out, or finding excuses to go out of house. Now, how she is spending her days, I will give you a glimpse of that. The reason is, I will equate this social behavior with emotional intelligence or emotional quotient. So I think and I hope that you find this video relevant, pertinent and motivational to all those people who are feeling restless, depressed, having mental problem, during this Corona pandemic. So this video would be helpful. So my suggestion, my request is to watch this video till the end. So let me tell you how she engages herself throughout the day. So I have divided this engagement into three parts. One part is the mental engagement, and that comprises of around 65 to 70% of our engagement. Now, what she does to be mentally engaged with herself, she listens to good music. She herself is a singer, so she sings Rabindra Sangeet, the songs written by poet Rabindranath Tagore. She sings that. Second is, she listens to Rabindra Sangeet of various artists. She watches movie. She is an Uttam Kumar fan. And the third thing is that she is little religious as well. So she believes in God. So she is a theist. And she listens to a lot of kirtans. Then I am coming to the physical engagement. The physical engagement comprises of around 20%, and this is comprised of cooking, washing utensils, cleaning floors, cleaning the house, and even workout. She also stretches herself, does pranayam and those kind of stuff. For half an hour is not a little time. So she takes care of her health through this workout. Now I come to a combination of physical and mental engagement. That she does while she cooks, because while she cooks, she listens to the music or sings a song, and at the same time she is cooking, right? So she is doing all physical activities, isn't it? And the third engagement, which is like 5 to 7%, is a social engagement. So social engagement means she is very tech savvy. She has become tech savvy, especially in the Corona time, and started using WhatsApp for messaging, for calls, for video calls, and being in touch with her friends, or talking to like-minded people, right? She loves reading books, but she can't. The reason is, I told you that she has retinal detachment. So doctors advised not to read anything that is having smaller fonts, and books are usually having smaller fonts, so that's why she doesn't read. But everything else she does. So these are the three levels of engagement by which she is actually engaging herself. Now I am telling you how these engagements can be related and be relevant to emotional quotient or emotional intelligence of this senior citizen lady. So before I delve into the emotional quotient or emotional intelligence, let me tell you that do not get confused with the emotional brain and the emotional quotient. Okay? Rather, these two are the opposite poles. A very emotional person has very low emotional quotient, and most of us have very low emotional intelligence. So I am coming to the 5 segments or the 5 constructs of emotional intelligence. Number 1 is motivation. Unless a person is motivated to himself or herself to do something and to carry out his or her life, life per se has got no meaning. You have to give meaning to the life. I have to give meaning to my life. So nobody gives meaning to your life. You have to give meaning to your life, and that is motivation. We hear about and see motivational speakers. Can they motivate you? No. You have to motivate yourself after listening to them. You grab the pulp of the fruit that the speakers are giving to you, but you have to eat it. Isn't it? You have to eat the fruit. They are giving you the fruit, but somebody has to eat to give it a meaning. Right? So motivation is number 1. So after self-motivation, I am coming to the second construct. And the second construct is termed as self-awareness. Self-awareness, we all know that we should be aware of ourselves through SWOT. S stands for strength, like my strength, your strength, somebody's strength. Then W is weakness, my weakness, your weakness, and somebody's weakness. O for opportunity, my opportunity, your opportunity, and somebody's opportunity in life. And threat, that what stops us to move ahead, to move on in a positive direction. So these are the 4 sub-constructs of the construct self-awareness. That I know my limitations, I know my strength, I also know what are the opportunities that I can grab. Somebody is a comedian, so that is the opportunity. So to become a comedian is the strength of that particular person. Now I am giving you example of weakness. But that fellow cannot retain money. Say he gambles or he is a drunkard. So he drinks alcohol and spends money. So that is his weakness. Now what are the opportunity that we have? That he can stop drinking, minimize drinking, and then finally stop it so that he can retain the money. And that opportunity he always has through self-motivation, right? Self-correctness that I spoke during my video Atmanirbhar, or how to become self-reliant through critical thinking. Now I am coming to the threat. Threat means that what are the circumstantial conditions that pulls you down. I give an example, such as the person knows, motivated, that I have to stop drinking, but his friend circle is different. So I told during my domino effect, right? So if one person is a gambler, the friend circle also starts gambling. So one person is a drunkard, the other person, the friends, will become drunkard, and vice versa. They can influence because human behavior is networked, isn't it? So that is the thread. So self-awareness means a person who is a critical thinker and he knows his limitations and the strengths. Now I am coming to the third construct of emotional intelligence, and that is called as empathy. Empathy means that I am pursuing, I am visualizing, I am realizing things from others' perspective. Feelings for others through wearing their shoes. The fourth construct is self-regulation, that I can control my impulse. I am a human being, I have been given this particular app and I am able to control it, right? So that is self-regulation, and self-regulation impacts a lot on one's emotional quotient or emotional intelligence. I am coming to the last construct, but not the least. This is called social skill. Social skills means how good you are able to communicate with people, how good you are to work in a collaborative manner and not a competitive manner. Okay? Minimizing the stress level inside you and inside the other people, okay, in the neighborhood or in your professional space. So that is the social skill. Now all these 5 constructs are interlinked. How they are interlinked, I will show you. So these 5 constructs: motivation, self-awareness, empathy, self-regulation, and social skills, they consist emotional intelligence. Now, all these 5 constructs are finely intertwined in 2 attributes of our mind. One is called our inner world, where there are 2 constructs: self-awareness and self-regulation. The second is outer world, that is empathy and social skills. And motivation is the center point that holds in one hand the inner world and the other hand the outer world. Now I am pulling the net. I am trying to give you the excerpts of the story that I started. That lady who is a senior citizen, 71-year-old, having comorbid conditions, she is motivated. She is self-motivated. Okay? So, one tick. Second, she is aware of the corona pandemic situation and she knows that what is the case rate, how many people are dying, and what is the ICMR data that shows the women, elderly women, having comorbid conditions are the most vulnerable in Indian population. And she knows what are the strengths that she can utilize to enhance the self-motivation further. She also knows that she is alone, so that is the weakness, isn't it? Then she also knows that what are the opportunities. So she listens to songs, she sings, she watches movies and those kind of stuff. And she also knows that what are the threats. So she doesn't watch news, and especially the news that talks about suicides, depressions and etc. She avoids that because that could be a threat. I talked about shared psychosis, if you remember my earlier video. So this is a shared psychosis. Like if there is a news circulated so many times in a day and you hear that, you watch that about suicide or depression or murder or something, it actually hits you in person. So it spreads depression. So she avoids that, that's why. Okay. Now I am coming to empathy. Now how she empathizes? She empathizes in such a way that she told her, home help or domestic help that you did not come. You also stay at home. I will manage myself. Don't worry about your salary and all. I'll pay you. So that is the empathy. Unless the domestic helps, they don't get salary, it is very difficult for them to run their families. So that is empathy. She is seeing her from her perspective, her requirement. Then I am coming to the fourth construct. The fourth construct is self-regulation, impulse control. That going to market for any excuse that people are doing that. I know that 80-90% people are doing that. They are very restless because they have very low emotional intelligence. They are emotionally dull. So they go out and with any excuse they want to get out. Okay, so that self-regulation is I can find in this particular lady. She goes out only once or twice in a month. For last 3-4 months she is going out to collect the food and vegetables and grocery items once. Medicine, because she has hypertension, she takes medicine, and the medicine stock she always keep for 3 months. So that is self-regulation. And finally, I am coming to the last thing, that is social skill. She is collaborating with people. She stays in an apartment. She is in touch with everybody, asking them how they are, any sort of help if they require, even in terms of booking a gas cylinder. So she helps. Whatever she grabs through the websites and social media, she always disseminate that for the benefit of the community. Recently she told me that China is going to attack India through cybercrime, and there are a lot of URLs, fake URLs, which will be sent to all of us. She sent to me, and she also sent to the neighborhood, relatives, friends. That is social skill. Social skill is not how many likes and dislikes you are having for your profile picture. This is social skill. Communicating in a collaborative manner. Now, I come to you, do you feel that you are emotionally intelligent? So I leave this question to you and expect your answer, your comment in the comment section. So stay healthy and stay safe. Take care and bye.